then can Geylang International win their fourth match of the season as they take on Harimau Muda in our Match of the Week segment. And finally, we have all the rest of the action from round 13 of the biggest football league in the island. Hi, I'm Kelly Latimer, and yes, it's time for another episode of the S-League show. We've got all the action coming up from round 13, but before we get to that, here are the happenings from round 12.
The stage was set at the Jurong West Stadium as Tampines played host to Home United in their Week 12 fixture. It was the home team who nearly drew first blood. Home custodian Hairul Nizam Jumaat alert to the danger. Tampines had another go on 19 minutes. This time they found the breakthrough. Matteo Roscom was the easiest of finishes, and it was 1-0 to the 2013 champions. Moments later, it was 2-0 to Tampines. Ridwan Atan judged to have brought down Fidel Sidros in the box, penalty to the host. Rodrigo Antonio Tossi with the responsibility, and he made no mistake. 2-0 on 34 minutes. Second half now and more misery for the visitors. Tossi with the fantastic header, and the lead was 3 in the 72nd minute. So a comfortable win in the end for the Stags, 3-0 the final score. Over at the Hougang Stadium, the home team were determined to secure their first win of the season against the informed Geylang International. It was the visitors who fired the first salvo, to no avail. Then Hougang went on the offensive. Francisco Ela's effort just wide of the target. Geylang piled on the pressure in the second half. Hougang keeper Che Omar pulled off a superb save. Just when you thought a goalless affair was imminent, up steps Ela. A superb strike from the forward to give Hougang the lead on 73 minutes. And it would prove to be the only goal of the evening. Hougang finally secured their first win of the season. So a mouth-watering encounter awaited all at the Jurong East Stadium as table-toppers Albirex Niigata played host to champions Warriors FC. The home team were first to threaten, but the Warriors' defence held firm. Then the visitors laid siege on the Albirex goal, only for Yusuke Nozawa to pull off the stop of the night. But even the Albirex stopper could do nothing to stop the Warriors on 45 minutes. Fazrul Nawaz taking full advantage of the misplaced Nozawa to give his side the lead. 1-0 to the Warriors heading into the break. Second half, and it should have been 2-0 early on. A misdirected header saved the host. No such luck though on 56 minutes. Nawaz again on target as his brace gave the Warriors a 2-goal cushion. Then with the match drawing to an end, Albirex imploded. A reckless challenge by Shun Inaba on Nicolas Velez in the box meant a penalty to the Warriors. Miroslav Pešić was the man tasked to take the spot kick. And he buried it. 3-0 on 90 minutes. Deep into injury time, Warriors struck again. Wonderful skills from Velez and an equally brilliant finish. 4-0, and that was how it ended at the Jurong East Stadium.
So after 12 weeks, the Warriors find themselves back at the top on 24 points, with Albirex 1 point back but having played one match more. Brunei remain in third spot on 19 points but with 2 matches in hand over the Warriors. Balestier Khalsa and Tampines Rovers completed the top 5. Meanwhile, Home United remain in 6th, followed by Geylang, Harimau Muda, Hougang United and the Koh Tiong Lions. So that was how round 12 concluded, and now, you guessed it, it's time for our Match of the Week segment, with Geylang International taking on Harimau Muda in round 13. So that was how round 12 concluded, and now, you guessed it, it's time for our Match of the Week segment, with Geylang International taking on Harimau Muda in round 13.
So the handshakes all round as is expected. No problems there, of course. Harimau with a big squad of about 29 players. They have the opportunity to mix and match, as it were. So they can chop and change as they see fit, which is what they've done today. We'll bring you the team news very shortly. Geylang, though, well, it looks as though Jörg Steinbrunner has actually turned around and said that I will make sure that you give me something decent and a decent performance today. It is Geylang in the green and white hoops that will kick from left to right that get us underway, and a big booming searching ball out to this near side, looking for Hafiz Noor early doors. He can't keep it in play, so it's been wasted somewhat. For Kuda, Said Taha having to leap high like a salmon to keep that one in play. Kaplan. Here's Inuri. Slows down quickly, but creates a yard for himself. That's good footwork from Inuri, and it's a great ball in. Bruno! Just wide. That is a great chance, and that should have been goal number one, but a much better start and a brighter start from Geylang than the semi-final.
Well, that was nice play, and it's an exquisite ball knocked in. You've got to say that the defence was caught ball watching. It's a decent enough strike on the ball from Bruno Castanheira, but not enough weight on it.
Lovely little layout back inside. Does well to keep the ball as well. Hafiz Noor goes to ground, and he had to think about that, did the referee, Mohamed Saeed. He looked, he debated in his own mind before blowing the whistle and pointing to the spot. Jamie Reeves, was that a penalty?
Well, it was for me. As he comes in, Azrael there, you're thinking, stay on your feet, don't make a challenge there. This is clever. It's a silly challenge there, should have stayed on his feet. But then here, oh no, that's a penalty. There's not much doubt about that one.
Azrael Nizam just sticking the leg out, making contact, and that was more than enough for the referee to point to the spot. And you can see the emotions on the bench there, because it did take time for him to turn around and give it, but it is going to be Kaplan. And that is comfortable right in the bottom corner. A cool finish from Joseph Kaplan.
Well, it was beautifully tucked away, wasn't it? I think it just clips the side netting there. Perfect. Not got the greatest pace on it, but when it's as well placed as that, the goalkeeper would need to be 7 foot tall to get to that one.
That's better from Adam Noor. Lovely ball played into the box. Faizat was the target, couldn't find him. Sharrell. Adam Noor from range, pushed away by Yazid Yassin. It was straight down his throat, and you heard the scream there, away. But again, Yazid Yassin, the veteran, turning back the club, but the danger not clear yet though. Azrael delivers. Ball's going to skip and bounce up, and Yazid thought about coming a long way there.
Somewhat cynically, we do tend to say that's one for the photographers, but Yazid Yassin, you could see the ball was wobbling around a little bit, so he had to be careful.
So at half-time here at the Great Eastern Youths S-League 2015, that Kaplan goal's the difference. It's Geylang International 1, Harimau Muda 0. Second half coming up in a few moments' time.
Welcome back. Up next, he is undoubtedly one of the most recognizable faces in the S-League. Meet Singapore's legendary custodian, Yazid Yassin.
I started football because of my father. He brings me to watch the Malaysia Cup in the olden days in the National Stadium. And I started to get interest in playing football. Very big crowd, very big game. Almost every home game is a full house at the National Stadium. And I watch the likes of Fandi, Malik, Sundram, David Lee. It was a lot of hard work. I was in the national youth team, in the under 15, the under 16, the under 18. And then I started, when the S-League started, I was in the reserve league. So from there, I got lucky, started to play a few games, and then got a chance to play for Home United and did well. And from then on, the professional career started from there. I started off as a striker, going for trials with my Gibraltar Crescent, local club there. But when there was no goalkeeper around, so I just tried to put myself in goal and kind of stick until now. I used to watch the national team goalkeeper plays, the David Lees, the Bashir, the Maliks. They inspired me to want to become a goalkeeper. And of course, when you watch the EPL, you watch the Spanish League, you see a lot of different types of goalkeepers, and every goalkeeper brings something different. I just take a little bit from all of them to inspire me to be better. I just got a call from the head coach whether I'm interested in coming in to keep goal for Geylang International. I spoke with the head coach, I spoke with the goalkeeper coach, and I think it's a good fit for me. So I decided to come back to Geylang International. Previously, I was playing for Woodland Wellington for the past 2 seasons, and this season I'm back at Geylang.
Coming up, we've got the rest of the action from round 13.
The stage was set at the Jalan Besar Stadium as the Quartz Young Lions played host to Hougang United in their Week 13 fixture. It was the away team who drew first blood. Dalwinder Singh showing off his aerial prowess to maximum effect. 1-0 to Hougang in the 10th minute. The visitors continued to push forward. On 19 minutes, the lead was 2 as Kunihiro Yamashita added his name to the score sheet. Hougang United in cruise mode now. Second half and the host awoke from their slumber. Adam Swanby with the perfect finish as the Quartz Young Lions reduced the deficit to 1. But calamitous defending cost the host once again in added time. Faryaz Hassan took full advantage to make it 3-1. And that is the final score at Jalan Besar Stadium. Over at the Yishun Stadium, the Protectors welcomed the visit of Brunei DPMM. It was the visitors who fired the first salvo. To no avail. Second half now and Home United should have taken the lead. Kamal Randani couldn't make it count. Then Brunei's Rafael Ramazotti had his chance at glory. He sent the ball wide of the goal. Goalless then after 90 minutes at the Yishun Stadium. Albirex Niigata played host to Balestier Khalsa at the Jurong East Stadium, hoping for win number 8 of the season. That ambition took a hit on 9 minutes. A wonderful strike from Fadil Noor gave Balestier the lead. Into the second period, and the visitors nearly extended their advantage. Robert Pericic failed to find the target. Fortunately, Balestier hung on for all 3 points.
Well, we've begun the final score in the Great Eastern European League match.
More than 1,500 fans turned up at the Woodland Stadium, expecting champions Warriors to stamp their authority on the court's young Lions. They were in for a shocker as Jordan Webb found the breakthrough on 59 minutes. The visitors with the surprise lead. On 86 minutes, the young Lions added another goal. The unmarked Fadli Khamis easily beating the keeper, 2-0. And that was the final score as the young Lions pulled off the upset of the season so far. Finally, we travelled to the Hougang Stadium as Hougang United entertained Tampines Rovers. After a scoreless 45 minutes, the visitors took on the lead on 66 minutes. Matteo Roscom sending Tampines in front. Then, on 73 minutes, the lead was 2. Dawinder Singh was judged to have handled the ball, penalty to the Stags. Captain Mustafiz Faridun with the spot kick, and he made no mistake. It was game, set and match 10 minutes from time. Roscom with his brace and Tampines third of the night. So, win number 5 of the season for the visitors.
Welcome back. We head back to the Jalan Besar Stadium now for second half action between Geylang International and Harimau Muda. But first, highlights from the opening 45 minutes.
It is Harimau in the yellow shirts that will get us underway, though, kicking from left to right. Straight away they try and get in behind, but Said Taha is up to the task there and clears his lines. There's confirmation of the change. Shawalin, Bruno Castañeda goes out. Play allowed to continue as Fukuda's on the ground. That's great work though from Arif, who fires it in. Trickled into the back of the net, and Harimau Muda get just what they deserve. Shafwan it was that bundled it over the line for his 4th of the season, and they deserve that this second half performance, don't they, Jamie?
Well, I think Geylang have let them take the initiative in this game. I think they would argue that Fukuda was fouled earlier in the move, was lying on the ground at the time. It's a scruffy old goal when it comes, but they all count. Trickles across the line, miss kick, completely deceiving Yazid Yazin. Nice and positive from the striker, gets something on it. And they had plenty of bodies in the penalty area at that stage. You can see Fukuda, top of the screen, lying, rolling in agony. He felt he was fouled.
And that's the aspiration that these young players do have, to play in games like that, to go on to represent the national team. They're showing a lot of spirit here after being one down for a heck of a long time, and they are on the offensive again. It's a lovely ball, din, and that was solid defending from Fukuda. It's been bundled across the line, but the whistle has gone, has it? The whistle has gone for the goal. Faizat put a lot of pressure there on Fukuda and Yazid Yazid, who is not happy at all, but that goal is going to stand and it's going to count. Yazid cannot quite believe it. He's saying he couldn't see it coming out of the sky with the lights, and that's your own fault, son. You have to deal with the ball. And between Fukuda and Yazid Yazid, they couldn't. Faizat put the pressure on the ball, and it is now Harimau Muda that have turned the tables back on Geylang International.
Well, as we see this ball come in, Fukuda does well initially. Well, I don't think Faizat's done anything wrong there, Paul. I think the referee's got that call right. Fukuda gets what he can on the ball. Now, does he jump at the goalkeeper? He just jumps straight up in the air. He doesn't go to the goalkeeper at all. I think that's just flapping at it from Yazid Yazin. I think it's a good goal.
He's flapped it into the back of his own net, and that will go down as an own goal. Lunging, sliding challenge there from Ichikawa, who manages to somehow keep it in play as well. And Yazid showing his centre-forward days there by sidestepping the challenge. Inside Tahoe, gives it away. This has got to be number 3. No! Safwan had all the time in the world, and we were just waiting for that to drop into the empty net, but dear, oh dear, oh dear, what a miss.
Well, that's a shocking pass, and Safwan really hung his head in shame, and he should do, from missing that.
He's just dinked over the top, and it's Palaj who can try and clear it. And it's a straight red card, and that'll be Hafiz Osman. I haven't even looked, but that will be Hafiz Osman. Yes, it is. Straight away. You know, with the character and the way that he's played this game and what you've seen, that is a poor challenge from him. All he needs to do is keep his head. There's no need for this. There, look, he's just elbowed him straight in the face. It's an absolute embarrassment. That's a disgrace, Jamie.
Well, that left forearm has come out here. Look at that.
He's gone to do him. Now, that's naughty.
That's a shocker.
Now, if there is video replays, he could be out for 5 or 6 games here. The referee's got the whistle in his mouth. He's going to blow for full time, and the game ends on a sour note. It's been joy for Hany Mahmouda, Jamie, who over the 90 minutes do deserve to take all 3 points here.
Yeah, I have to say, Geylang deservedly shaded it in the first half, but second half there was only one team in it, really.
It's finished full time here at the Jalan Besar Stadium in the Great Eastern Yos S-League 2015. Geylang International 1, Hany Mahmouda 2.
So here's a recap of the results in round 13 of the S-League. The Courts Young Lions fell 1-3 to Hougang United on Monday evening, and Home United were held to a 0-0 draw with Brunei DPMM. Warriors FC suffered a surprise defeat at the hands of the Young Lions, and Balestier Khalsa avenged their League Cup defeat with a 1-0 victory over Albirex Niigata. Tampines Rovers came out on top, winning Hougang United with a score of 0-3, and in our match of the week, Geylang International lost 1-2 to the visiting Hany Mahmouda. So here are the standings at the end of round 13. The Warriors are on top of the table with a game in hand with 24 points, but League Cup winners Albirex Niigata are just slightly behind in second spot with 23 points. Brunei DPMM have quite a number of games left to play, but that hasn't stopped them from claiming third place in the standings. The Stags and the Tigers are both tied at 17 points each in 4th and 5th place respectively. At the other end of the table, it's Hougang United with 10 points so far, just ahead of the Courts Young Lions, who are last with only 7 points to their name.
Week 14 will see the Courts Young Lions welcome the visit of Brunei DPMM, Hany Mahmouda visit Balestier Khalsa, Tampines clash with Geylang, then Brunei take to the pitch again, this time against Hougang in Bandar Seri Begawan. Warriors FC entertain Home United, Albirex battle Hany Mahmouda, and finally the Courts Young Lions go head-to-head with Balestier Khalsa. More exciting matches coming up, but for this edition of the S-League show, that's all the time we've got. Till next time, I'm Kelly Latimer. Goodbye.